Good morning. Here it is. It's Friday. We've made it to almost to the end of the week. I mean, we are on the final work day for many folks. I know there's some that have to work on Saturdays, but anyway, today is April the 14th, and anyway, I hope you had a good Thursday. I hope that you were hope that it was a good day for you. Hope you were able to enjoy some things. But as I always say, even if you didn't accomplish everything, today's a new day. You have a fresh start, with this morning that God has given us. And anyway, hope you're doing well this morning. This morning, I want to share with you a devotional entitled "Three Things the Cross Makes Clear." Romans chapter 5, verses 6 through 8, it says, "You see, at just the right time, when we were still powerless, Christ died for the ungodly. Very rarely will anyone die for a righteous person, though for a good person, someone might possibly dare to die. But God demonstrates his own love for us in this: while we were still sinners, Christ died for us." You don't really realize how dirty, windows are until, you go to clean them. Dirt and grime, it piles up, little by little, and because it happens slowly, it's almost sometimes imperceptible. But then you go and you clean the glass, and then you look through that glass, and you're amazed. I'm always amazed how clearly, that you can see. And you can't imagine how you were able to see, anything, through it before you cleaned it. In a similar way, the cross of Jesus cleans the windows of our heart's vision. In the competing messages of the world around us, our vision becomes, so obscure that, sometimes we might not even realize just how much so until we see through the lens of the cross. We'll share three things about the cross. The cross, first of all, brings clarity to the true problem. We find ourselves, living, I think, in a rather ironic time. Never has the world, been so convinced that people are basically good. Yet never before have so many wondered, what's wrong with the world. I mean, the cross brings clarity to the true problem. I mean, so what is the true problem? I mean, is it poverty? Is it homelessness? Is it violence? Is it dishonesty and lack of integrity? Now, while the answer is yes to all these things and many more, you see, the true problem is sin. It's a heart problem. I mean, not just the acts of sin, but the state of sin in which we all, live. Because let's face it, we are all broken. This world is broken, and we see how severely broken we are, at the cross. The cross, shows us with stark clarity, just how desperate the situation is. I mean, so desperate, so evil and so wrong that the perfect Son of God, he had to suffer and he had to die. The second thing is the cross brings clarity to the character of God. As we look around the world and even to, the circumstances of our own lives, we have all sorts of questions about God. Where is he? What is he doing? What is he like? We ask these questions not in a vacuum, but against the backdrop of school shootings, cancer and global violence. But you see, the cross brings clarity, to who God is. We see that he is a God of justice, for he's unwilling to compromise on the, just punishment for sin. We see that God, he's committed to love, for he is unwilling to allow sinful, humanity to bear the price for that sin. The cross is the window through which we see, God's character demonstrated to us. It's the stake in the ground which we can say, this is who God is, regardless of what other people say or what, circumstances befall us. And then finally, the cross brings clarity to, to the future for us. The cross was not the end. I mean, folks, listen, not even close. Jesus, he died, and Jesus, he rose and is gloriously alive today. In his life, you see, we have life. It's the cross and the resurrection that show us exactly, where we are headed. Either we're headed in, to resurrection with Jesus, to reign with him as forgiven, bought with his blood, and we were co-heirs, or we're headed to the ultimate, consequent of our insidious rebellion, and that's a place called hell. Further, the cross and the resurrection show us that creation is bending toward the recognized rule and reign of Jesus. There's coming a day, when every knee will indeed bow and every tongue will confess, what the Christian already knows, and that's that Jesus is the resurrected Lord of everything. And this is the future. This is your future if you will only believe in it. We just celebrated the Easter season. What a great time it was. And, God once again reminds us that he has given us the gift of clarity, not confusion. And though we might still have questions, about the days in which we live, of these things, there is no doubt. We serve a risen a Savior, a Lord that is alive today, and we can depend on that. So anyway, I hope that encourages you here on this Friday. As always, if you find yourself close to Hydro on Sunday morning and you'll have a place to worship, come visit us at Hydro First Baptist Church. We'd love to see you, and we'd love to serve with you. But anyway, remember, Angie and I, we love you guys, and we're praying for you. And Lord willing, I'll see you Sunday or on Monday morning. God bless you.